So I got a couple new real steel knives, and I actually reached out and requested these because I wanted to check them out. Now we'll check out the new G5 here in 1 second, but first I want to show you guys the Pathfinder fixed blade because if you guys been watching the channel, you know there is the Pathfinder folding knife that has a nice strong locking system with the crossbar lock. This to me, if you're looking for a tough outdoors knife, this is the way to go. This to me, it has a Scandi grind, 14C28N, great blade steel for toughness. It has micarta scales, so very comfortable with its contoured scales. This is a big knife, it's a large knife. However, now we have it in a fixed blade version, still in 14C28N. We still have the Scandi grind. Now this one's a little bit more robust than this one. As you can see, the Scandi grind's a little bit higher than this one. I kind of wish they would have went as high with this one, but it's a full tank construction. Again, contoured, very, very comfortable scales. Yeah, this thing's badass. Totally could be a great outdoors knife for anybody, you know, that's doing bushcraft or doing something out in the field. This is exactly what you want. Now, there is no real placement to stop you from slipping up the blade, except for this little bit of traction in this little contoured area, but it's micarta. So personally for me, I don't feel that you're gonna have any issues at all. And you know, the thickness and robustness of the blade, it's not so outrageous that it's not gonna cut well, but it's thick enough to where you're gonna be able to baton with it. You can basically do anything with it. And like I said, the toughness is off the charts with this steel. Now, with the folding version, my one issue is I wish the thumb studs were a little bit bigger. They are a little bit pokey, a little bit small, but you know, you could just use the crossbar lock. They're also a little tight to the scales, but they work. They work good. And you know, I love it. I think it's awesome. I think as far as an outdoors tough knife goes, this is badass. Now, the sheath, you see in the sheath, this is a buckle sheath, so you can basically put your belt through here and hang it lower or have it higher, you know, depending on how you want to carry it. I would have rather seen a Kydex sheath or something like that. I'm not a big fan of this sheath, the way how it, you know, it's folded up like this, but I guess you could just keep it in your camping gear, or you could also carry it, you know, you can carry it on your belt. But all in all, I think it's badass. Now, to get to the new G5 Metamorph. Now, Metamorphs, they've been doing the Metamorph series for a while, and I pretty much like them all. I think they have a great amount of, how can I say it? The handle and the blade just work really well for EDC uses. And this one is no exception. I dig this blade shape. Beautiful blade shape, nice geometry, nice and thin. This thing's gonna slice really, really well. And now it's in a button lock. So you get your fingers out of the way. Now it does only have a thumb stud, but this thumb stud works. Boy, does it work. You can see how it's slightly proud and it's nice and catchy. I like this thumb stud. I wish they put this thumb stud on the Pathfinder. But damn it, yeah, you can put your finger right on it and it catches your finger, and it just you're not gonna slide off of it like that. Like it grips you. It's really, really well done. Very snappy. Like you feel a thump when you smack it out there. Very ergonomic. It's got neutral ergo, so it doesn't matter if you're cutting straps, you know, utility cuts, gas station knife fighting grip, doesn't matter. It's going to work. The blade steel is 14C28N. Again, freaking love that blade steel. And, you know, real steel, I've never had a problem with their 14C. We have a deep carry clip with button screws. I wish they were flat, but I'm not going to complain too much. It does have steel liners. No milling on the inside, but this is very lightweight, so I don't think it needed it. Lock up, rock solid. Let's check the good lockup. I'm happy with this, man. I think they did a good job with this one. like I said, this thing is so useful. If you get one in hand, you realize it. Like I've had some other Metamorphs, and I've always loved them. I've always loved, you know, just from the size, the ergonomics, the pinch grips, opening things up. It feels very natural to use this style knife, you know, just with everything, you know, from the way the blade shape is to the grind, the way the handle is, you know, everything. It winds up working out very, very well. This swedge on top of the blade, I think looks cool. Has a nice little, you know, it just adds a little feature to it. And also when you're slicing, that can help create an air pocket, you know, so you don't start binding up materials when you're slicing. Sharpening tool and plunge grind, this is what I like to see. Now that is a damn plunge grind. Good job, Real Steel. See, Real Steel, no, see, they're listening. They are listening. Look at this. That is life. That is, you have all of this sharpening to make sure there's no stop pin in the way. No stopping in the way. Stop pin hits way up in here, but by that time, this knife is done. Like you have tons, man, great job, Real Steel. I like this one. I like this thing quite a bit. I think for somebody looking for a light duty, or not even light duty, should I say lightweight EDC that's long and precision oriented and just is going to work for 90% of things you use a lightweight EDC knife for, yeah, this is going to be really good. Negatives, the only negatives I could say is the clip, I wish it had flat screws. The only other thing, I kind of wish there was maybe a reverse flick, you know, I wish they put 2 thumb studs and cut this out right there as well. Maybe it wouldn't be as ergonomic if they did that, I'm not sure. Because this, you know, might be uncomfortable if it was on this side. It's not comfortable being on this side, but, you know, if there was 2 of them. But I don't know, that would be kind of cool to have, you know, 2 different ones, you know, or even maybe just a front flipper so that you had multiple forms of deployment. But the thumb flick is so good that, you know, I'm not complaining about the thumb stud action. I'm just saying it's always nice to have a secondary deployment. Other than that, T6s, I'd rather see T8s. You know, the corners could maybe be knocked down a little bit. You know, they're not sharp, but you know, they are though, you know, they're not sharp, but they are. So, you know, just knock those down a little bit. I imagine over time of using and carrying, that's going to kind of knock itself down. Not that it's painful or anything. It would just make it feel a little bit more premium if it was. You know, I do feel these corners pretty good. So, you know, that'd be nice. Other than that, you know, the only other thing I could really say is nothing. I like it. I like it a lot. Floating backspacer, hidden lanyard pin. I dig it. So anyways, there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.